Oh, yes.
She says she doesn't want to have a kid in the household. So what I would like for her to do is experience it before we get married, and then we're married and she hates it.
Listen, every time I play that theme tune, yeah, I get gassed, innit? Little Black, but you already done know. Today we're talking to you guys about Michael and Shay, talking about Put a Ring on It, episode 10 before the finale reunion. Guys, if you are new to this channel, do me a big favor. Like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the what uploads. We appreciate you. And for those of you who are returning as well, you got the minerals, you got the minerals. Can't do as good as that little note in it. I said this out. Hey, if you wanna have your chance of singing, you got the minerals. Listen, just send me the VN, send me the thing on Insta, send it to me on my email. Just send me you singing this, and I'll add it to my particular intro. You get me? All right, cool. Let's get into the video. Okay. So, like I said, we're talking about Michael and Shay, and I think this. All season, we have been on Shay's neck. We have been on Shay's neck all season. And so I want to kind of give a whole rounded perspective of them too, because there are problems on, I guess, or say problems, there are things that are on both sides, which I think can be worked on and then moving forward. So, you know, for me, one of the major things that popped up on this particular episode was Michael's uncertainty, unsurety. He was not at the beginning ready to marry. He just doesn't want to marry. He did not want to marry, okay?
Yeah, I'm still on the fence, right? Nah.
I stay on that fence, boy.
Oh, man.
I'm extremely overwhelmed about this ring shopping. I'm not even sure what I want to do. And, you know, at the end...
and for him, it was a big barrier, okay? And he mentioned the reasons why. The reasons why were the ghosting and the timeline, the aggressive timeline of Shay. He just wasn't ready to marry. And that was then counteracted by Dr. Nicole when she said to him, well, do you want to spend the rest of your life with Shay? He said, yeah. Now, here's the thing. As Dr. Nicole also pointed out as well, you can't waste too much time on, you know, why you shouldn't do it. But you want to be focused on why do you want to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get that point of view. I think she said it probably a bit more better than I've just said it, but I'll play the clip instead. Now, here's the thing. In regards to their situation, for me, forget the ghosting and everything like that. My issue is breaking down this core issue as what he said, because he said, aside the ghosting and timeline, he said, also he wants to see.
She says she doesn't want to have a kid in the household. So what I would like for her to do is experience it before we get married, and then we're married and she hates it.
How Shay's going to be with his child Zion. Now, for many of us, let's take my relationship with Michael out of this. Let's take the fact that I know him and Shay. Let's take it out of the thing. I am watching the show like a reviewer, okay? And from when I hear you say that you're not you're unsure, because you're unsure of what Shay is going to be like with Zion due to the fact that you did, well, first of all, Michael has to take some blame here. Michael has to take some blame here. He never brought that child around Shay. So he decided to separate the state and the church, his child and Shay. Then when you do that, there is a consequence to the action, which is that now she didn't have to bond with Michael. But can I just say something? On the live I did with Shay, she also said she wanted to get with a man. If she didn't want to have kids, number one. Number two, if she was going to get with a man with kids, that child will be living with the mother. So if that was her original position, I can't shake her. I can't break her. I can't shake her down, because in some shape or form, she never wanted this in the beginning, right? So now things are changing. It is a change of terms and contract of what she was agreeing to in the beginning. Therefore, I can understand her position, right? And so now Michael's in this precarious position where now he wants to bring his son to live with him, and Shay's resisting. And that now is causing a doubt in his mind about being married. Why? Because more than likely, if Michael's on, I don't know, I'm saying from a show perspective, I've never spoken to him about this, so more than likely, he probably wants another kid, maybe, in future. You know what I'm saying? Maybe wants another child. If she's rejecting it now, how will she be with that idea? Number two, what about her mother's skills? Is it in good shape? I mean, she looked after her siblings anyway, so taking information for what she said in the interview, she looked after her siblings, so she's obviously very capable of looking after someone who's younger than her, right? And the thing about even dating someone who's got children is the precarious How much do you want me to play in this relationship? What role do you want me to play? How much can I be involved? Where should I be involved? You know, so a lot of questions can play. It's not a simple, you know, come and fill in the blanks. It's not that simple. So I do understand Shay's hesitation towards it. My thing is, though, as he said, it is a red flag. It's a red flag for him. It's a no-go. It's a breaking. It's a breaking up deal. Basically, if you don't accept it, we break up. Which she has accepted. Which she admitted in the dressing room when they were doing the dressing, saying obviously she's happy to be a bonus mom.
Really cleaned up my vision of what it could look like. I am a bonus mom.
And you've matured and grown up in that area.
I have come to terms with everything that comes with.
And the quick switch, I'm concerned here is that it's not necessarily a switch. Is it a switch? I have to ask myself this real question. Is it a switch because she wants the ring, or is it a switch because she wants the responsibility that comes with the role? We're making a very big difference here. Some people are attracted to the power of the position, not the responsibility of the position. Have a lot of those in church. A lot of people want to have the position, the title, but do not want the responsibility that goes with it.
I've wanted to be a fiance all my life, so I feel amazing.
But we'll accept the position because it comes with that title, right? And so one of the things I say that is because at a point, Shay was saying to him, you know, I've been waiting to be a fiance all my, you know, for the whole longest time, right? Again, concerned with the position, but are you concerned with all that it comes with? That's a key thing. You're happy with the position of fiance or wife even, right? But are you ready for all that it entails when it comes to Michael and you?
First, because I don't even know if I'm going to get a proposal. So going dress shopping was like a leap of faith.
It's okay. You'll be fine.
Yeah. And so I think there's an apprehension on Michael's part, which is very understandable. What was interesting, there's two parts. I think there's one part where she's talking about being unsure of whether there was actually going to be a proposal. And funny enough, Michael's face, as she says this, okay, is really interesting. It's like almost like Michael's face was actually in anguish, like he looked like he was in pain, right? And then he tries to like assure her. I think it might be that scene or another scene where he tries to assure her and put his arm around her, right? Because there's like I said, there's a toss up in Michael's mind, which is that he loves Shay, but it's whether he can break his own feelings of what he's experienced with Shay in the past and move forward. And I'll tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why he's feeling the way he's feeling. The same problem Hollywood's got is the same problem Shay has got. The very same problem that Hollywood has is the same problem Shay has. She apologizes without knowing why she's fully apologizing. And then there's an apology without the emotional understanding or intelligence to deep that, hey, I'm apologizing and I've hurt you bad. I'm so sorry. I know this hurts, etc., etc. Right? But she'll apologize and be like, yeah, you can go over it now. I've apologized. Now, I'm telling you now, I don't know. I haven't spoken to Mike about this either. I'm sure in the back of his mind, he is thinking at this point in time, blood, if I get into a marriage with her, there's no exit. And if she does this behavior and does this to me, and then she's emotionally unaware of how I feel about something and decides to do as she does, which is, well, get over it, I will suffer. Because really and truly, Michael's actually an emotional person. Or I should say, sensitive. Okay? So, although he doesn't show his emotions, he's sensitive. So, if he gets into a marriage with this woman and she behaves like this, he knows he's in trouble, which is why the apprehension is there. You feel what I'm saying? That's why the apprehension is there. Yeah? So when they're talking about going for ring shopping and all them kind of things there, yes, he's like joking around, but he looks distressed. You know what I'm saying? He looks distressed and he looks like he's in pain because he's thinking about making this decision. And again, he spoke about the fact that it was aggressive timeline. It wasn't on his timeline. And that in a sense is speaking to the fact that not all is well. Let me break it down to what I mean by this. From a man perspective, looking at the situation between himself and Shay, I really believe that the part that we didn't get to see in the conversation between Dr. Nicole and him, and maybe they did have it, we didn't see it behind the scenes, is that the apprehension that Michael is feeling, again, of timelines, her being aggressive. The reason why he hasn't gone into a marriage, like I said, we've already stated it, but the timeline becomes aggressive because we haven't sorted out what needs to be sorted out. That's why it's aggressive. It's aggressive because I'm not ready to go to that length just yet because there are things we haven't sorted out yet.
She left because she told me she doesn't want to do long distance. When she experienced it, she decided she didn't want to do that. She says she doesn't want to have a kid in the household. So what I would like for her...
And I feel under pressure when you're telling me to go and get married when there are things that we haven't sorted out. Nah, that's pressure. That's why he feels pressure. Because Shay feels like everything's okay. Like, oh, we'll get over it. We'll make it done. No, there are issues that we haven't sorted out yet. Until we sort them out, we really shouldn't be moving forward. That's why he feels pressure, because he's stuck where he is. And just dislodging that pressure by saying, why do I want to be there? Well, I want to be my best friend. I love her. Yes, you do. I always say to people, listen, I love you, I care for you, but it's not enough. Because if we're not going to be able to sort out these issues and we say we love each other, it will only last a few years before you start wanting to kill each other. It don't take long before people want to kill each other. Yeah? So we've got to look at, how do you resolve issues? Are we compatible in that place? Have we learned effective skills and resources and tools to be able, okay, to handle conflict in the right manner and the right shape and form? Have we done that? Do we truly believe that she's ready to be a bonus mum for your child now? Right? So these are all questions that are swimming in Michael's head. You get me? I truly believe, obviously, because obviously we don't see everything, it's a show. You know, my honest verdict, again, by going what I've seen on the show, y'all shouldn't be marrying yet. Not until you get those those questions answered with confidence, because there are alarming things. Your child is a first priority. Look, if Shay's already admitted that she's selfish, can I be very honest? We spoke about this in another video, which was about children. Once the child comes into the relationship, once the child has some form of importance in the relationship, they are first priority. Shay, you're second. Can Shay handle that? That's why he wanted to see but with the child living them for a little while before he got married. It's very sensible. He should have. He should have. He shouldn't marry without finding that out, because you don't know how she's going to react in that situation. I'm not saying Shay's bad again. Shay's actually very entitled to how she feels because she stated it from the beginning. It's Michael who's changed their terms and conditions, not her. So therefore, it's on Michael, and the onus is on Michael to say, hey, okay, listen, you know what? This is a scenario, this is a situation. The kids come in. All right, if you can't deal with it, let's move our separate ways. But it's easy for me to say because I'm on this end. But I'm being very real, because that child is the one that you have to think about. How is he going to feel if Shay can't give him what you think he should give him? Because you're saying in one of the episodes, last episode, you want Shay to pour into Zion the way she poured into you. Can she do that? Does she want to do that? I know she says she wants to be a bonus mum. What does that look like? So this is really for the rest of us as well who are watching this. It's not to judge them too, but more of a case of the fact that we should be watching it and going to ourselves, are we doing the same things in our relationships? We're cussing everybody else. I'm cussing everybody else. Am I doing the same things? Am I giving concessions to people that really shouldn't be giving concessions to? Am I thinking about marrying people when really I haven't dug deep? Am I? So, yeah. You know what? Let me leave it there. You understand? Let me leave it there. Appreciate you guys. Stay locked and stay loaded. We will talk again soon.